Nigeria's team at the Confederation Cup get a narrow win, and Kayode has details on sports news.
Thank you, Melinda. Welcome to Sports News. Nigeria's Plateau United have secured a narrow 2-1 win over USM Algiers in the first leg final qualifying round of the CAF Confederation Cup. Goals from Osanga King Osanga and Emma James gave coach Kennedy Boboi's men the desired victory. However, his boys were unable to prevent their opponents from getting a precious away goal. A second leg will be played on the 17th of April in Algeria. Now, in the English Premier League, the eagerly anticipated Merseyside derby ended in a draw as Everton and Liverpool had to settle for a share of the spoils at Goodison Park. Bournemouth and Crystal Palace played a 2-2 draw, while newcomers Brighton and Huddersfield play a 1-1 draw. Elsewhere, Leicester City suffered a shock 2-1 home loss to Newcastle. Stoke City shared the same fate, losing 2-1 to Tottenham Hotspur, and Watford also lost 2-1 to Burnley at Vicarage Road. West Brom were denied 3 points after Tammy Abraham equalised for Swansea as the game ended 1-1. In the day's last game, Manchester United staged a stunning comeback to defeat City 3-2 at Old Trafford to deny their rivals the chance of winning the title on their turf. And Sebastian Vettel stormed to pole position ahead of teammate Kimi Raikkonen as Ferrari locked out the front row in qualifying for Sunday's Bahrain Formula One Grand Prix. The German lapped the 4.5-kilometer Sakir track in a time of 1 minute and 27.958 seconds, edging Raikkonen by a margin of 0.143 seconds. Reigning champions Mercedes were clearly fastest 2 weeks ago in the season opening race in Australia, had only enough in hand to qualify on the second row of the grid. And that's all from the fast-moving world of sports. I'm Kayode Alayande. Melinda is back right now.
Many thanks, Kayode. The Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is visiting the Somali capital, where clashes have displaced nearly 1 million people. And this is his first trip since being sworn in as the premier some days ago. Ahmed seeks to end the lingering dispute in the region. Violence along the border of Somalia erupted in September last year, with both regions blaming the other for the crisis. A referendum held in 2004 to determine the status of disputed settlements failed to ease the tension. And at least 2 people have died and several others injured as a delivery van rammed into a crowd in Germany. According to the police, a man drove a van into a group of people sitting outside a popular restaurant in the city center, killing 2 people before taking his own life. The incident comes a year after a truck attack in Stockholm killed 5 people. In December 2016, another truck attack in Berlin killed 12 people. Anis Amril, a failed Tunisian asylum seeker, hijacked a truck, killed the driver, and then rammed the vehicle into a crowded marketplace, killing 11 and injuring dozens of people. The police have cordoned off the area and asked the people to avoid the city center. The U.S. state of Texas is deploying National Guard members to the border with Mexico. That's until the proposed wall is built. According to a Guard spokesman, 250 personnel would be sent to patrol the area within the next 72 hours, while Arizona is planning to deploy about 150 troops. Other states like California have been asked to take a similar action.
The first batch of Texas National Guard troops took off from Austin on Friday in helicopters headed for the U.S.-Mexico border. The troops are deployed in response to US President Donald Trump's call to use the reserve military to support the Homeland Border Patrol.
These deployment activities are being coordinated along with other southwest border states, and this mobilization supports the priorities of the governor and the president in securing our borders.
More guardsmen, soldiers and airmen will soon be notified of their impending deployment. The White House is considering sending more than 4,000 National Guard troops to the border. One of the major questions still hanging over the president's controversial proposal is whether California state, resisting Trump's border policy, will join in the plan. The House is considering sending to the border. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has signed a memorandum ordering the end of a policy known as catch and release, in which illegal immigrants are released from detention while awaiting a court hearing on their status.
We don't have laws. We have catch and release. You catch and then you immediately release, and people come back years later for a court case, except they virtually never come back. So we are preparing for the military to secure our border between Mexico and the United States.
The Texas National Guard, a force ready and trained, has operated along the Texas border for decades in support of both state and federal agencies. Whether their presence will put a final stop to illegal migration to the U.S. remains to be seen.
And the main news again. Police authorities today announced the arrest of 7 suspects over Thursday's robbery of 5 banks in Offa, as Kwara State government promised reward for information on the fleeing gunmen. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akinwani. Good night.